Hi and welcome to my new video space, which I have to give a very big thank you to my son. He found my previous video area so annoying to watch that he insisted on coming down and redecorating it. So this is it. I love it. So things are constantly changing, and I would hope that those changes are for the better. Just like my videos have evolved over the year, I would hope that when you look over the last year, that you can say that you're actually happy with the progress that your child has made. Yeah, whether they have autism, ADHD or some other behavioural disorder. But also, unfortunately, I'm also seeing many parents posting on online discussion groups of children being aggressive, violent to family members and other individuals, verbally abusive, oppositional, anxious, depressed, running away. Some of them actually totally shutting down, unable to cope with life, and they're actually on a cocktail of different medications as well. But it doesn't end there, because the quality of life of parents and carers looking after these children is also very poor, and it's getting worse every year. Yeah, how is it that in this day and age these are the best outcomes that we're actually seeing in many of our children? I do find it interesting that, look, there are those parents that they spring into action when their child gets a diagnosis, or there's a regression in their child's behaviour, to try and find out, look, what might be the underlying cause in their child, and to try and fix it. And they're inspired to make some changes. Look, maybe it's with their diet, or to put in some supplements, or to actually do some testing. And they put the hard work into researching and refining some of those changes that they've actually put into place, and they actually do see their children improve. While other parents may jump in less enthusiastically to try something half-heartedly, only to give up quite quickly. Yeah, why don't these parents have the same passion? And I've realised it's not that they don't care. They love their children. It's often because they are tired and they have actually been worn out by that stage. They just don't have the energy to do anything else. Or they may be confused by the conflicting opinions out there as to what to do. These are our children's precious lives and futures we have in our hands. And I would like to say that the outcomes and the quality of life of our children on the whole is improving. But instead we see more and more children being diagnosed with autism, ADHD, and a whole textbook of other behavioural and mental conditions. And what happens, we try and justify it by saying, look, it's genetic, and it's only better diagnosis, or it's neurodiversity. Or even lately I've heard, it's the next leap in human evolution. Well, someone please explain how low-functioning autism or the rise in mental disorders in children can be seen as a beneficial evolutionary process. Yeah, like, what are we missing here? Maybe it's because modern living and lifestyles, they're not compatible with bringing up children, where we feed them processed, nutritionally depleted and chemically laden foods, ignore their poor gut health and other gut-related issues as well. We immerse them in a lifestyle that predisposes them to allergies. They are chronically sleep deprived due to poor quality sleep. We allow them excessive screen time and a lack of exercise and fresh air. We expose them to ever-increasing environmental pollutants. We fail to diagnose and treat underlying medical conditions that they may have. And we fail to put in proper boundaries and expectations for them. But we're very quick to offer a pill or pills that will supposedly cure all their problems. It's like we've lost nature's instruction manual on how to bring up healthy and well-adjusted children. And it's been replaced with many drafts of a manual put together by a committee of expert members pushing their own agendas without regard for our children's outcomes. But there is hope. There is a way to help our children out of all this misery. Generations of parents, they haven't given up and have decided to take action themselves. They have decided to turn their back on current practices, on how we feed our children, what we expose our children to environmentally, and not be influenced by just blindly following what every other parent is doing. It's about giving your child, the very best start in life. These parents, look, they are not misinformed fanatics, as some would like you to believe. These parents are connected by closed online social media groups. And why is it closed? Because they're actually sick of being criticised by opinionated individuals that have not even bothered to read one research study on diet, gut health, long-term medication outcomes in children, or even read the studies showing the very poor current outcomes of children brought up on the same wisdom that these opinionated individuals actually preach. I hope to see in my lifetime better outcomes for children with autism, ADHD and other mental health conditions, because I know it is possible. I've seen it and experienced it personally, where medication is not the very first option often to parents for their children. Rather, it's the very last option, where there is wide community awareness and acceptance that we need to feed our children real, nutritious food, where we do comprehensive medical and nutritional assessments on our children and properly treat any underlying medical and nutritional issues that we may actually find, where we try to minimize any environmental toxins and radiation that they may be exposed to. Give them plenty of opportunity to run around in some greenery, sun, fresh air, rather than indoor plastic playgrounds. Teach them to explore and problem solve themselves, rather than hovering over them and doing everything for them and problem solving for them as well. Children are biochemical factories. We all are. And like any factory, the products or outcomes that factory produces is only as good as the quality of the raw ingredients that you start with. As we approach the end of the year, maybe take a moment to reflect that the ultimate gift that you can give your child is to give them a healthy start in life. A gift that it'll last forever. Yeah, that is my ultimate wish for our children, that they be given the best possible care and start in life. Only then will we see future generations of children develop and grow into adults that go on to achieve amazing things in our lives. Children that grow into healthy adults and then produce healthy children themselves. Like so many other parents, look, I am blessed with a child that has overcome their disability to do just that, to lead an independent, happy and productive life. And given the right advice, inspiration and encouragement, many more parents are coming on board because they also believe that it is worth the effort to lay down that healthy foundation for their children. Look, there are many parents already out there, and they are the quiet achievers, that they have produced amazing results in their children. So I urge you to please take a moment to reflect on this current year, and whether you're actually happy with the gains or progress that your child has made. Is there something that you feel you could be doing better? Or do you feel that there is something missing and need direction as to what to do? And there are practitioners just like myself that you can turn to for advice and guidance. It's easy to connect these days via social media. Remember, your children don't have a choice on how they actually brought up. They depend on you to make all those good choices for them. And I hope that in another year's time we can look back and say that we have actually made a positive difference to many more children's lives and their parents. So thanks very much for listening, and look, I would love any comments that you may have, so please leave them below. Give us a thumbs up, or better still, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and till next time.